In the early hours of March 18, 1990, one of the greatest art thefts in history unfolded. It didn't start with blaring alarms or shattering glass, but with a simple knock on a door. By sunrise, 13 priceless works of art were gone, stolen without a trace. More than 3 decades later, the crime remains unsolved. This is the story of the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum art theft. The museum itself sits quietly in Boston, a stunning building designed to look like a 15th century Venetian palace. Inside its walls hung masterpieces by Rembrandt, Vermeer, Degas, and Manet artworks worth hundreds of millions of dollars. But despite these incredible treasures, the museum's security was surprisingly minimal. There were no motion detectors, no cameras inside the galleries, and overnight the entire collection was watched over by just 2 guards. At 1:24 in the morning, 2 men dressed in police uniforms arrived at the museum's side entrance. They claimed they were responding to a disturbance call. Against all protocol, one of the young guards buzzed them in. Moments later, both guards were handcuffed, tied up with duct tape, and locked away in the basement. The thieves now had complete, uninterrupted access to one of the world's greatest art collections. For the next 81 minutes, the 2 men moved calmly through the museum's galleries. They seemed to know where they were going, but their choices were sometimes strange. They ruthlessly cut paintings from their frames, leaving the empty, gilded borders hanging on the walls like tombstones. Among the stolen works were Rembrandt's only known seascape, The Storm on the Sea of Galilee, and Vermeer's The Concert, which is one of only 34 of his paintings known to exist. They also took another Rembrandt, 5 sketches by Degas, and a rare Chinese bronze beaker from the Shang dynasty. In total, they made off with 13 artworks, valued today at over $500 million. It wasn't until 8:15 a.m. that the next guard arrived for his shift and discovered the crime. When he couldn't find his colleagues, he eventually found them bound and gagged in the basement. The police were called, but the thieves were long gone. They left no fingerprints, no security footage, and no witnesses. Over the years, the FBI has pursued dozens of leads. The investigation often focused on organized crime figures in Boston's underworld. Some suspects died before they could be fully questioned. Others simply refused to talk. Tips have suggested that paintings were moved across the country or even overseas, but none of these leads have ever resulted in a recovery. The museum's founder, Isabella Stewart Gardner, left very specific instructions in her will. The collection must remain exactly as she arranged it. So to this day, the empty frames still hang on the walls, a haunting reminder of what was lost. The museum